Hello, so I thought I would just let Midi take her seat to listen in to today. A little reflection on the subject of pride. We've known about gay pride, for example, for some decades now. Trans pride has taken off more visibly, at least in some countries like my own, the UK. Only really in recent years, perhaps within the last 10 years or so, there have been major annual events arranged around this. But what are pride events and being proud all about? I must admit, I hadn't really appreciated this concept until I came out about my trans nature more publicly than I had before. I allowed what had been very suppressed within me to be unlocked, essentially. I think it's very important. This is something you discover when you do allow yourself to be free. Very important for everyone to be seen for who they are, to show themselves, not in your face kind of over the top way, but to be able to just be who they are without fear. If we can't do that, those of us who find ourselves in ostracized minorities, there will remain prejudice and intolerance in society, a lack of freedom essentially. And those who do consequently feel they need to suppress themselves will remain cancelled, excluded, ostracized, and in many cases they will feel very dissatisfied, depressed and so on. So not a compassionate society that does not allow people to express themselves. Of course, excluding those where they are causing deliberate and obvious harm to other people. I wondered about this aspect of how I express myself on this channel, sometimes in quite what even for me, in my normal mode, would be considered very bold, outrageous ways. I play with all sorts of things, as you'll see on the Transformation Tuesdays channel, really just to try things out very often. I know that some people would disapprove of that kind of activity. They don't have to watch, of course. Some still do and go on to say, I didn't like that. There we go. It says more about them than it does about me, I think. But of course, unless, again, I were, or indeed anyone presenting in this way, was advocating something that could cause harm to others, it seems important to be able to express yourself freely. And we have this opportunity through social media such as YouTube. And maybe in turn that can encourage others to be a little bit more outgoing themselves. Pride isn't about pushing what we do, pushing an ideology, as it were, onto somebody else. It's not about, as I say, being in your face. It's about showing, I believe, that there is diversity in the world that can be enriching and beautiful. But again, most importantly, is about people feeling able to express their true, authentic selves. Those who object to this, in my view, are nothing short of being prejudiced. Pride challenges prejudice, and it says, for those who come out, I'm happy being me, to assert myself. I hope the world is okay with me too, but for those who aren't, you're not going to cancel me. That's really the message, I think. It's not a sod you attitude as such, although in some cases some people may well have that attitude who are pride, but not for me. It's kind of a take it or leave it. This is who I am. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch. You can go elsewhere. You're not going to stop me being me unless I'm genuinely causing harm. And I have to say, if I'm not being mindful of something, I'm always open to receive respectful, rational, clearly explained feedback and to respond to that. So if there's something I'm unwittingly saying and doing that is causing offence, for example, to a large group of people, that goes against these principles of free will, I'm always ready to listen to that. Pride, I think, is about celebrating who we are as a human species. In other words, it's about celebrating life. Now, I can't see who should have a problem with that.